left the sunshine behind. Now Arkansas calls, where the land's untamed and wild. Gary, Mary, Miller, we're carving out of space, building a homestead at our own pace. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this.
Alright y'all, well, we got the cylinder back on early this morning. Big Joe needs his hole dug ASAP, so because he's got the electric company trying to come out a little sooner than expected, so this became a little bit of an emergency. So that's what we got to do this morning. So we are heading up now to get fuel and get some hydraulic fluid and drive it over there. And yeah, it's quite a drive, so it's going to be a little bit of a run. So we'll bring you along for that ride. All right, see you short. All right, well, we made it to Big Joe's. It only took about an hour and 10 minutes to get over here to Big Joe's. So that was pretty sweet deal. He had to go get some hydraulic fluid, so right there, he's just now pulling in behind me. So anyway, we're gonna get started on this, digging him a trench, and we'll see you in just a short. All right. we got our trench dug all the way around from one building to the other. Joe's been out here getting at it, trying to get the edges cleaned up where I can't get the backhoe in. All right, well, again, that wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. The ground was a lot harder than we thought, though. It's like when Bertha starts to strain to dig up this kind of dirt, you know the ground is hard. But anyway, this is going to be his ditch for his electrical panel that's going to go here, or that is here. But he's got to put all this in conduit all the way around to the other little tiny house over there. And we got the little stumps moved for him. And anyway, we are going to just keep going. And then I'll be making that hour and 15-minute trip back, which wasn't horrible, really wasn't. Bertha did really good coming on that trip. So, didn't use as much fuel as I expected, so that was a good thing. It was only about a quarter of a tank for today, so wasn't too bad. But anyway, we're gonna go in here and take a quick break and have a drink, and I'm gonna make the trip back. So I'll see you in a short. All right, well, we made it back to the Gemstead. Yay! Joe's taken care of. Bertha is working fine. Other than that, everything went smoothly. So, about time something went smoothly, right? So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here real quick, and I'm gonna take a little break because that's a long ride, hour and 15 minutes of bouncing like that. So, all right. So anyway, I will see you all in just a short. All right, y'all. Well, finally got something in my belly. That was no breakfast this morning. That was getting to me, and I'm a breakfast kind of person. So and it looks like now we've got some rain coming. So just looking at the weather thing a little bit ago, and it was saying like 60% chance or 70% chance. So I got to get out here and pick a few things up because we were in a rush this morning trying to get everything going to get over to Joe's. So just got to pick up a few things over here and get ready for the rain to come in. Now I will show you, we did get a bunch done out here. So we got all this nice and smooth, and got Sean and Rachel just about a whole path. Now we still got to get this limb down and these two trees down, but we got them a nice path now that they can get out when they get ready to with the camper. Probably still got a little bit of hump here, but I think it's going to be just fine. But all this is all looking nice and swell over here. So that's what we've been doing. And looks like they're moving stuff around and getting stuff to cover up because of the rain. Everybody does things when it's dry like that, and then when you got stuff sitting outside, you gotta, you know the rain's coming, you gotta jam to get it tightened up. But you see the duck pond is has come way down, but it's fixing to go way up again. I'm quite sure that this thing will be up over the banks, so hopefully it won't be horrible. So we'll see. Not sure how well this is all gonna fare, but I'm hoping everything will just run off. I've kind of got it sloped so where it runs off down that hole over there. So hopefully all of that will do just fine. It's not looking like a whole lot of rain, but still, when you just freshly scrape all this and get this done like this, that's usually when it gets sloppy. And soon this will have rock and grass and all that kind of good stuff. So you can see here, I got filled in a few holes right here from where we took some trees out, and feels like I'm already starting to feel a sprinkle. So I guess I better get going on getting this stuff tightened up. We did get quite a bit done over there at Big Joe's. That was nice. So he's ready for his electric to come in now, or electric people to come in now. So that's a good sign. And so he'll be rocking and rolling with power over there in his cabin in his house soon, which I'm sure he'll be happy about that, because then he can get his AC kicking and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm gonna be picking stuff up while I chat with you for a second here anyway. Got to get the tools up and everything like that, just in case it does rain. And you know, tools and water don't mix very well, as most of you know. But overall, I'm tired, y'all. I got up extra early this morning. We got a special guest hanging out with us, as most of you all have already seen in Mary's Live the other day. We got Pops hanging out with us for a couple days. So that's very cool. So I want to get this stuff done so I can visit a little bit with him. And you know, because he's going to be going over there and hanging out with Mel and Gary at the 41.36, and Rox and Ant, and also David. You know, he's going to go see everybody and hang out with them for a little bit and do his thing there. And we are grateful to have him in our lives. There is no doubt about that. Man has been a blessing to many of us up here, and we are grateful to, like I said, to have him in our lives. So anyway, too much stuff to do, y'all. So I probably ought to get off of here and get some of this stuff done, or I could just set you down here for a few minutes and go ahead and use both my hands to get it done. That would probably make more sense. Definitely got to get the tools up. That's the main part. So, be right back. I know I will be glad when I can get a level floor in that shop, and you know, be able to have a place to put the stuff on a regular basis, so I know where it's at. You know what I mean? Right now it just stays kind of scattered because I don't have really a level floor. I got my bench, so I at least can work on a little bit of stuff there, but like I said, not having a level floor, it's kind of hard to set up any racks or anything, because stuff goes everywhere, you know. Nothing sits level, and it's a big pain in the rear, but it'll get there. I know a lot of you are probably saying, patience, Gary, patience, and I'm trying to. I mean, we have come a long way in a year, y'all. So I mean, from buying the property to getting all this cleared, and and getting everything else going and making our drives and getting the shop, you know, somewhat set up in here. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not hating life really, for the fact that, you know, we have come this far in a short amount of time, in a very short amount of time actually. So I'm down with that. And again, we will get there. Figure by this time next year things ought to be looking really, really sweet. We're going through that hard stage right now where, you know, we've got a lot cleared, and now it's time to start focusing on some finer details. Well, at least a few of them anyway. You know, it's going to be a non-stop process for a few years anyway, and we already know that's coming. So you know, that's something we already expected, and it's all good. So anyway, Rachel and Sean they're trying to get themselves ready to move soon. Covering that side?
Covering this side, and that side, and that side.
Don't forget that side. And the other 8 sides that go along with it.
Exactly.
And we got Goofy Lucy out here.
Here we go. And then we can throw this one over. I didn't make it work. Alright, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute, this one has to go this way. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now we can just snap it to the bottom sides.
Snap it in, snap it in. So until we get that big tree taken out over there, you know, that driveway over there is still real wet. So Sean's been coming up here and parking up here now. So at least it gives him some dry area to drive into. And but yeah, you see, it's looking nice, y'all. They're getting everything ready to go. At least they can get to the front of the camper. There he is. At least they can get to the front of the camper now, so Wiley can get in here. You know, we don't have them big giant dirt hills everywhere now. We got all that smoothed out, and we're gonna keep kicking it. So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share, tell your friends, hit the like button. You know it's that little one down there in the bottom, you know, with the little thumb. Do it. All right, we'll see y'all soon.